Hey, how's it going, everyone? So I want to share a quick video. I got a new snorkel kit for my Jeep Gladiator. The company's called Snorkel Upgrade, and I went with their 9001 Cyclone. Let me show you real quick. All right, so here's the Cyclone air pre-cleaner. It goes on top of your snorkel intake. You see model 9001, and the reason I went with this, rather than keeping the OEM, or not OEM, but regular snorkel that came in the kit, is because I don't know if you can see down here, has a turbine wheel. So anything that gets sucked in blows through that turbine wheel all the way across to those little fans, and it'll shoot out right here. So that's the ejection port. So instead of letting all that go into your intake air box, into your motor, it's going to shoot all that out, or at least I would say a good percent of it out. If you go on Snorkel Upgrade's website or Instagram, they also have a cool little video where they put a vacuum up to it and put a lot of sawdust going into it, and it shoots out a ton of sawdust out that ejection port. So that was pretty much a good selling point for me, rather than what I have right now, which I'll show you. So this is just the Rugged Ridge snorkel for my 21 Jeep Gladiator. They do a really nice job of making it look flush. It does come flat black and textured, kind of like this right here, but I took it to a local body shop and they color matched it for me, which I might do to that snorkel top as well. But as you can see, this is just open. There's nothing in there, so whatever goes in, it's just gonna get sucked into the intake. And I've taken that off probably 4 times in the 3 months I've had it on, and there's already been tons of dirt inside of it. I do a lot of driving, but not a lot of dirt off-roading, so most of the time it's muddy. So that's just from daily driving, getting sucked in this little dirt molecules and dust. And yeah, you still have your your air filter, but you want to eliminate as much as you can going in. Sorry, I'm covered in a lot of PVC right now, which I'm going to get into why I am covered. So this is way bigger than the stock cover I have on right now. You can see it even comes with that rubber spacer, and that's still not enough. This is going to end up hitting your windshield, as you can see, or it's going to end up pushing this tube too far forward, where it's going to crack that mount or create a gap, which you don't want. So my cheap $10 solution was to buy a piece of 36-inch PVC. That's the smallest one they had at Lowe's. I think it was like $15. And I made 3 cuts. So these 3 together were a 36-inch tube. I cut one as a funny deep water fun video that I'm gonna do later, and then 2 smaller ones just in case I didn't get my cutting right. This one ended up being my perfect fit, so that's why the inside's cleaned out, because once I put it on, the paint actually made it too thick, so it didn't slide over the Rugged Ridge tube perfectly. So I had to do that. Originally I painted inside, not perfect. I had to scrape a lot of that off with the razor. Don't rush it like I did. Yeah, so I'm ended up doing is wet sand that and put a vinyl wrap over it. And then I also had to get a 3.5-inch adapter that fits inside here, and that fits PVC perfectly. I mean, you push it in further later, but for now, that's how it is. And before that, I had a 3-inch adapter, which is perfect for the Rugged Ridge, but like I said, it hits the windshield, so I just had to buy a 3.5. It was like another $20. Nothing crazy, but I will show you how I got those measurements. I'll get a tape measure. And the reason I had to jump from a 3-inch to a 3.5 is because this PVC is obviously thicker. And let me hook it. Okay, as you can see, it runs right at that 3.5 mark at the end. And then the Rugged Ridge is a lot thinner material, so it runs at the perfect 3-inch. So this is 3-inch inner diameter, 3.5 outer diameter, so it will fit over your Rugged Ridge if this is what you're installing it on. And you can go any size up as you want. I wanted to keep it as close and low profile as I possibly get, So I'll show you what it looks like right now. It won't be the finest product because I am going to vinyl wrap it in this cool Hex wrap that I got coming. And that's what I'm going to end up doing on this side of the body as well later on. Before I put it on, I also had to make these little cuts in the inside because this PVC is way too thick, so it didn't want to flex with the clamp. It was really easy. I just got an angle grinder and cut it in. PVC is really easy to cut with. So that's something for y'all to think about if y'all do go this route. Let me show you what it looks like installed on the Jeep. All right, so it's finally on the Jeep. You can see it's a much bigger product. And I have it all clamped up. And there's just a baby gap right there, which I'll probably put a piece of rubber or something so it doesn't end up hitting on the windshield still. But you can see there's no more binding. That's what I was trying to eliminate. And it is a heavy piece, so if you shake it, it will move a little. But that's just anything with leverage. This is how it looks like fully on. Sorry about the sun in your eyes. It's way worse for me, I promise. But I think it looks pretty good. It's a really nice addition. Great functionality to add to the Jeep. All right, so there's my fix for anything bumping the windshield. That way this hard plastic doesn't scratch it, because that's a hard edge. So what I ended up doing, I ended up getting some 3M double-sided sticky tape, because that's all I had. And then put some black electric tape over it, put a heat gun to it so it doesn't come off later. Kind of just melt it to it. It's really nice. And you'll never see this anyway because it's going to be on the windshield. So you really have to be looking for it. From far away, you can hardly tell it's even there. Yeah, thanks for coming and checking out another one of my videos. Feel free to leave a comment if you have another question. And maybe I'll do another video after it's done with the vinyl wrap and how that comes out. Thanks a lot.